What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Manny Pacquiao, Deontay Wilder. You know, I was asked to counterpunch a video from Blue Blood Sports TV. I think it was a live. And what Blue was saying was Manny Pacquiao is making excuses. Manny Pacquiao is not giving Yordenis Ugas his full credit based off the things that he said on why he didn't win. And why does people look at him different than Deontay Wilder? Okay, why isn't everyone using the same energy towards Manny Pacquiao had they the same as Deontay Wilder? And first off, what Blue was saying was that Manny Pacquiao said that his legs were tight. He said that he had problems adjusting, and I mentioned this in another video, but he gave an account of the things that he needed, like, oh, my legs were tight and, I couldn't move as much, which you didn't see him move a lot. But, I look at the way Manny, was fighting. He was just beaten by a guy with a different style that he couldn't adjust to right away. And in fact, he said he made adjustments, but I don't even think he really did. He had no answer for the jab, okay? Because Yordenis Ugas was still catching him with that jab. Then he started measuring him and landing that right hand. And then when they get in exchanges, there comes Ugas going to the body, okay? Now, a lot of people would say that Errol Spence would have done a lot better to the body. Maybe or maybe not. Who knows? Because, Errol Spence is a vicious body puncher. So we don't know. That's neither here or there. But what he was saying made a lot of sense, though, because what Blue was saying is like, hey, he should respect the champion, and give him his just due. Well, he didn't come out and say he ever won, okay? But he did rely more on, hey, my legs were tight versus this guy and his attributes and his boxing ability was better than mine that night. We look at Manny Pacquiao as a guy of humbleness. He helps his family. He helps the people of the Philippines and stuff like that. But you do notice when he does get defeated, he has an excuse. Look at the Floyd. The Floyd fight, it was my shoulder. You threw punches all night with that right hand. You know what I mean? He threw that right hand all night because he's a southpaw. So I don't know why he would say my shoulder, right? My shoulder, right? He didn't even have to say that. I don't give any excuses, But, and then also, Yordenis Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao more convincingly. Well, not even more convincingly, just he beat him up more than Floyd beat up Manny. Manny pot shotted in spots, caught him in the middle of the ring, got off first, Manny couldn't pin him down. Floyd was quicker off the reflex, off the counter, and he covered up when he needed to, and he used the ring when he needed to. And times he would engage, but Yordenis Ugas beat up Manny Pacquiao. And for the record, if Yordenis Ugas was a power puncher, he would be avoided at all costs. Nobody would want to fight him because he'd be knocking people out. That's a good thing that he doesn't have just horrendous power, punching power. Okay, that's a good thing, very good thing, because people wouldn't want to fight him, because his accuracy is on point, his boxing ability is on point. He's 35 years old, and think about it. I think Ugas will probably be like a Bernard Hopkins. He might fight into his 40s. Maybe, maybe not. But talking about the same energy, the energy is different. Now Manny was wrong because he gave excuses, but let's talk about Wilder for a minute. Well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is Manny did not say or use or bring up shit about your Dennis Ugas. Manny didn't say he headbutted me, and the reason why he headbutted me, that's what threw me off the fight. He didn't do nothing. He didn't fight me. He didn't engage with me. He was hugging me. The referee, I don't think he liked me. You know, that's the difference. That shit's like what Blue was doing. He was comparing what Manny Pacquiao said versus what Wilder said. That shit's like this. This is what Manny Pacquiao said. This is what Deontay Wilder said. That was a big difference. I mean, Wilder used every excuse making in the book damn near. He blamed his team. He blamed Fury's team. He blamed the referee. The only people that he didn't blame was the judges because shit, you didn't need any. You know what I mean? And that's why, though, based off of just decency, and it really overlooks safety, but that's why I like fights like, I don't like to see fights like Brook versus Golovkin, where you just stop fights, and then that fighter's claiming, hey, what are you doing? Let me go out on my shield. Let me get carried out. Let me do this. Let the motherfuckers go out like Billy Joe. Let them go out like Billy Joe Saunders. Quit on your stool. Oscar De La Hoya. Quit on your stool. Okay, let that happen. Not, hey, you stopped the fight. Why? I didn't ask you to. No, you didn't, but you was getting hurt. Okay, so when we say the energy, what Manny Pacquiao did versus what Deontay Wilder done, that's like night and day. You know what that's like? It's not like night and day. I'll take that back. It's like pitch black and afternoon. Because, you know, again, Manny never said that your Dennis Ugas didn't beat him. He just said, he didn't give him full credit. He just said, that's boxing. It's boxing. You know, you see that big blood fucking circle around his lip. Then Jinky got a spoon feed him and shit like that. Because he took so many punches on the face. You know, he got beat up, man. Manny was beat the hell up. All right? He didn't look that way after he fought Floyd. But he still used, you know, he used what you call subtle excuses. Deontay Wilder used damn near every excuse. Everyone he could find. And what disappointed me about Wilder, he agreed with everything that he heard. Fuck it. That's right, too. He did. That is right. That's right, too. See, that type of shit. You don't do that. The first thing Wilder should have been with, if he's going to use an excuse, just use one of them. Now, if Manny said something else, I'll counterpunch what Manny said. But I heard him say in the press conference that, hey, it took him longer to make adjustments. Okay, that's courtesy of your Dennis Ugas. But then you could convey that is, it took him longer to make adjustments because of his legs. So then that takes away the credit of your Dennis Ugas. And this is what I'll say, and then I'll fight him again in January. Manny Pacquiao needs to sit down because he goes in there and he fights that guy again. Even if he does better than he did last time and still lose, he's still doing damage to his body. You know what I mean? And at 42, at that time, he'll be 43. That's not cool. He needs to sit down, understand that he lost, give the credit to your Dennis Ugas, because I'm going to tell you some real shit. Your Dennis Ugas surely shit gave him credit. Okay? He gave him all the credit. And that's the thing. Now, you could say, oh, well, Wilder did say the better man won that night. He did say that. But then he went back on it. Like, no, he didn't. He cheated. Okay, so, you know, with Manny, it wasn't any wild accusations, anything like that, or some kind of conspiracy, because that's all they are when you can't prove them. And People swear up and down that he has proof, he has this, he has that. Well, I mean, as of now, we haven't seen it. So if we haven't seen it, we're looking at a third fight. Hopefully, we will see it after the third fight if he has it, if there's any truth to that. But until then, they're just looked at as excuses. So Manny Pacquiao, few excuses. Deontay Wilder, many excuses. So there you have it. That's why people look at that wrong. That's why the boxing public looks at them different. Now, that they still do shitty stuff, but one is Manny is a misdemeanor and Deontay Wilder is a felony. That's the reason why the energy's different. But anyway, that's just me counterpunching that as requested. You guys tell me what you think about Manny Pacquiao and Deontay Wilder. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.